the retaliation between the two parties will have to stop when they're all incarcerated.
Now on 13 News Weekend Edition, another Charleston shooting, 2 feuding families. We've learned new details in these crimes. Plus a terrible time of tragedy when one fire claims the lives of 3 people. We have the latest details on where the fire broke out and those who were caught inside.
And I'm meteorologist Kristen Ketchell. We are finally saying goodbye to winter this week. Temperatures are heating up. I'll let you know how high the thermometer will climb coming up. 13 News Weekend Edition starts right now.
From the Frontier Communications Studio, this is WOWK now in high definition. 13 News Weekend Edition starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this late edition of 13 News. I'm Don Hammond. Another shooting today on Charleston's west side, and we have new details tonight linking the series of shootings that have sent a total of 4 victims to area hospitals. 13 News reporter Jesse Schaefer has our top story tonight.
Don, it has been a wild week to say the least here on Charleston's west side, and now we've learned all of these shootings are between 2 families, the Carter family and the Davis family. Let's start with what happened today. This is Levi Carter. He was wanted in connection with 3 separate shooting scenes Monday that all occurred around Little Page Terrace. Police say they saw him walking down the road this afternoon with this man, Michael Harris. So far, Carter is only charged with 2 counts of cocaine distribution, but authorities are questioning him in connection with Monday's shooting. And Harris, he's charged with carrying a concealed weapon without a permit. Police say when they approached him, he had a gun down the front of his pants. This man, that's DJ Carter. He was one of the men shot today and taken to the hospital. As soon as he was released, he was arrested for allegedly shooting the other victim in today's shooting, Dante Davis. Davis is still in the hospital. Now, to understand today's arrests and shootings, let's go back to Monday. Monday, 3 separate shooting scenes all centered around Little Page Terrace. On this night, 2 people were shot, Andre Lee and Micah Crawford. Lee, a cousin of a suspect, arrested on Tuesday. On Tuesday, police called it a gun battle on the West Side Hill. Schools were on lockdown, neighbors fearing for the safety of their children. After this attempted shooting, police arrested Justin Davis and Eric Adams. Luckily, on this day, no one was injured. Moving along now to Wednesday, Charleston police executed a search warrant on this house on Orchard Street. Inside, they found drugs, live rounds, and in this car outside, an AK-47. We just learned police believe that gun is connected to Monday's shooting at Little Page. Fast forward now to Sunday, another shooting between a Carter and a Davis.
We looked out the window, we saw the younger boy run this way in. Next thing you know, there's cops flying everywhere.
DJ Carter shot in the torso. Dante Davis shot in the leg. Carter is charged with malicious wounding and wanton endangerment. Davis is still recovering from his wounds in the hospital. No word yet if he'll be facing any charges. And it all goes back to these 2 families. Police say all of the victims and the suspects are either a Carter or a Davis.
This series of incidents are all specifically connected to the same groups, the same feuding parties. The way to end this violence is to prosecute all of them.
All who police say have a blatant disregard for public safety.
There's a lot of kids on this block too, so they need to stop.
They have all proven to be dangerous, so we're locking them up, and hopefully that'll resolve it.
So at this time, police have 4 people in custody, 4 separate victims from all of these shootings here on Charleston's west side, and police tell me today the investigation is ongoing. On Charleston's west side, I'm Jesse Schaefer, 13 News, working for you.
And we know the story has many details that may be difficult to grasp. You can head over to our website, that's WOWKTV.com, for more on this story. In the meantime, if you have any information on these crimes, you're asked to contact Charleston Police. And now, Kanawha County Sheriff deputies investigating a shooting as well. Officers arrived on scene in Dunbar to a traffic accident. An F-150 hit a utility pole on Washington Street near Tyler Middle School. Surprisingly, deputies discovered the passenger, identified as Cornel Maziel Cooper of Charleston, was suffering from a gunshot wound to his stomach. Cooper and the driver were taken to the hospital for treatment. Kanawha County Sheriff deputies are handling this investigation. On to the erratic weather scene. We woke up to snow, which thankfully did not stick around too long. Meteorologist Kristen Ketchel now in the Storm Tracker 13 Weather Lab with your first forecast. Kristen?
Don, we had snow showers to start the day, but they all melted once the sun came out, and it stuck around throughout this afternoon. It was a beautiful day, a little cool, and right now our Storm Tracker 13 HD dual live Doppler radar actually looking good. Temperatures are falling fast, though. We're 42 right now in Huntington. It's 44 in Charleston. It's Sutton, 42 in Spencer, 44 degrees in Point Pleasant. Expect temperatures to fall to around freezing tonight, but much warmer air is moving in this week. We'll be talking about highs in the 60s and 70s. I'll have all the details coming up. Don?
We'll see you then. Now to our other top story tonight. 3 people dead after a fatal fire engulfs a home in Calhoun County. Fire officials right now investigating the scene, trying to figure out the cause of the fire. 13 News reporter Christina Fan spoke to devastated neighbors, many of whom knew the family for years.
Yeah, I miss them all real bad.
Ernest Lapp says he was in shock Saturday night to find his best friend's house on Leading Creek Road in flames.
Fire shooting probably 10, 15, 20 feet tall.
The fire was so massive it took almost 12 hours to extinguish and more than 30,000 gallons of water. In the end, the fire claimed the lives of 3 people living inside: a man, his elderly mother, and his daughter.
Bought this place back in '95, and then I've been good friends with him ever since.
Neighbors say they rushed to the scene as soon as they saw the flames and tried to save the family, but by the time they got here, it was already too late.
Jerked the four-wheeler off the back of the porch here and tried to get into Roy's room there, but we couldn't get in because of too much smoke.
You're talking to somebody that's been here so long that it's just, you know, you kind of harden yourself for it.
Investigators were at the scene for hours Sunday afternoon, sifting through the building for evidence while trying to recover the bodies.
Do our normal measurements and stuff. Once the victims are removed, then we try to determine what caused the fire.
Neighbors say they're still coming to grips with the loss.
I'd always take him to doctors and his mom, babysit his mom.
They say the family's memories won't be lost and they'll keep them in their prayers. In Calhoun County, Christina Fan, 13 News, working for you.
And the State Fire Marshal Office investigating the cause of this fire. The house was ruled as a total loss. Fallen tree now to blame for power outages in Putnam County earlier today. Putnam County 911 dispatchers say the tree knocked down several power lines at Silver Street and Route 62 right in front of the Silver Estate subdivision. Power, though, has been restored. AEP customers in Elkview experienced outages today as well, while a transmission line was repaired. And 240 customers in Mink Shoals who were also without power are expected to be back online any minute now. One man's dead after a hit and run in Fairmont overnight, and police need your help finding the person responsible. Police say Raymond Michael of Fairmont was just walking along Route 250 early this morning when the driver of a silver Hyundai heading south ran him over, then fled. Michael was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say the vehicle did have some front-end damage, mainly to the undercarriage and wheel well area. Muriel's Restaurant was able to provide police with some surveillance video. Police are asking anyone with information to please come forward with what they may know. And police in Harrison County, Ohio, continue their search tonight for 2 suspects after a man's body was found in Sally Buffalo Park. Matthew Dowdle and Eve Kelly remain on the loose right now, but police were able to locate an abandoned vehicle that is connected to one of the suspects. Both are wanted in connection with the death of 45-year-old Joseph Strauthers, whose body was found on Friday. The Cadiz Police, Harrison County Sheriff, and Ohio BCI are continuing to investigate this crime, and an autopsy will be performed with results expected maybe as early as tomorrow. Now to a home in Rowan County that's been consumed by fire. Check out this photo courtesy of Michaela Ramsey's Facebook page. Dispatchers tell us a fire broke out here at a home on One Pine Grove Road in Amma, West Virginia. The initial call came in about 7 tonight. Crews were able to get this fire under control and put out all the hot spots in about 2 hours, but the home, though, ruled a total loss. Fire crews have not determined a cause as of yet. And if you've always been wanting to win a brand new Harley Davidson, well, here's your chance. The Hurricane Volunteer Fire Department is raffling off a 2014 Harley Street Glide motorcycle to raise money to buy a brand new fire engine. Raffle's ongoing through 9 o'clock at night, July 4th, when the winner will be announced at Hurricane's Wave Pool Park. Tickets are $20 each, and buying 5 earns you a bonus free ticket, so hurry up. Tickets are limited. They say only 5,000 will be sold. Kentucky fans were on the edge of their seats earlier today as the Wildcats took on Michigan for the last spot in the Final Four. All came down to this shot with 2.3 seconds left in the game. Aaron Harrison stepped back and nailed the tray. Michigan missed a desperation heave at the buzzer. In a strange twist of fate, 8th-seeded Kentucky became the first all-freshman starting lineup to make the Final Four since the Fab Five at Michigan back in 1992. Coach Calipari said that when it comes to big shots, it's all about confidence.
He's not afraid to miss. That's the whole thing about making those kind of plays. Can't be afraid to miss. And if I do miss, I'm making the next one, and I will shoot the next one. That's where he is right now.
This is the 16th time Kentucky's advanced to the Final Four, with the Wildcats last winning the NCAA title back in 2012. Now let's take a look at your Final Four teams that are heading to Cowboys Stadium. Kentucky will face the Wisconsin Badgers on Saturday, April 5th at 8:49 exactly in the evening. In the first round, the night, UConn will face off against Florida. And check this out. Mourning fans to the extreme. Tucson police shot pepper spray at several hundred fans who took to the streets and threw beer bottles and firecrackers at officers after the University of Arizona basketball team overtime loss in the NCAA tournament Saturday night. There were no immediate reports of injuries to fans or officers, but we do know 9 to 10 people were arrested for offenses such as disorderly conduct and unruly gathering. It appears to have been a response to Arizona losing 64-63 to Wisconsin in the West Region final. And now on 13 News Weekend Edition, getting close to 3 months now since the West Virginia water crisis began, and some find it hard to still trust the water. We've got another big reason why in this week's Decision Makers Report. And last night, the region saw some snow. So what will we see tomorrow and beyond? Meteorologist Kristen Ketchel has your complete Storm Tracker 13 forecast coming up. This is 13 News.